I have always loved writing. From the time I was a child, words felt like a safe place, a private world I could escape into when the real one was too heavy. My notebooks became a refuge, filled with poems and short stories that carried the weight of feelings I couldn't share with my parents or anyone else. My parents were emotionally distant, and then one night, a car accident took them both from me in an instant. I was left with my grandparents and my older brother. What should have been a safety net felt instead like another kind of loss. My grandparents' home was cold, suffocating, and often unbearable. My relationship with my brother became complicated and painful in ways I couldn't make sense of at the time. I was shy, introverted, and afraid to voice the things that were breaking me inside. Writing was the only place I felt like myself. When I began sharing my poems online, something unexpected happened. People listened. One of them was John. I was 12 when he first messaged me. He was 52. At first, his attention felt like sunlight after a long winter. He praised my writing, told me my ideas mattered, and made me feel seen. For the first time, I felt like someone truly understood me. But our conversations began to shift. He moved from admiring my words to complimenting my appearance, from feedback on my writing to questions about my life, my secrets, my pain. I had never told anyone about the abuse or the loneliness I lived with, but somehow the words poured out to him. He listened. He soothed. He promised safety. And when he asked if love could exist without ever meeting, I said yes because I wanted it to be true. By the time I was 15, I left my grandparents' house and went to live with him. At first, it felt like freedom. We had a small home, a cat, a garden, trips that felt like new beginnings. I was homeschooled, supported, cared for in ways I hadn't been before. But slowly, his promises of safety turned into subtle forms of control. He liked the idea of me as a traditional wife, the kind of woman who lived in service to her husband. We watched old movies where women were devoted, quiet, waiting at home. And little by little, I became the role he imagined. When I look back now, I see the red flags, the way he shaped me into what he wanted, how my voice dimmed without me noticing. At the time, though, I believed it was love. And in many ways, it was. Love that comforted, but also love that confined. We were still together when he passed away. Grief hit me in conflicting waves. I mourned him. I missed him. Yet, I couldn't ignore the truth that had been pressing at the edges of my awareness. He had groomed me. Discovering the word, hearing other people's stories, was like a light being turned on in a room I'd been sitting in for years. It hurt. It shattered something I thought was steady. He left me with enough so I wouldn't have to return to my grandparents. But money didn't soften the reality of what I had been through. I was only 23, caught between love and loss, between gratitude and betrayal. Therapy helped me begin to untangle the knots. It still does. There are nights when the past swallows me whole, but there are also mornings when I can breathe more freely than I ever imagined. And now, writing has returned to me. The passion that saved me once has found its way back. It feels different this time, less like an escape, more like a way to piece myself together. I know I can't change what happened, but I can shape how I carry it. I can give voice to what was silenced. This story, as messy and complicated as it is mine. Writing it out is my way of reclaiming it, my way of finally saying, I survived and I'm still here.